तुम तो भाभी भाभी कह के बुलाते थे उसे, काहे पलटी मार लिए?
Because you were a complete asshole. He's the worst. Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. मेरा नाम जोश है.
मेरा नाम मिगेल है.
और हम बरेली की बर्फी देख रहे हैं. ये पार्ट 2 है, तो अगर पार्ट 1 मिस हो गया, फिर इस वीडियो के नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में उसके लिंक मिल सकते हैं और देखकर वापस आइए पार्ट 2 के लिए. और अगर आप तक नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, लाइक बटन पर थप्पड़ मारो.
अच्छा सुनो ना, हम भी आ रहे हैं. तुम बड़ाले ले आ रही हो?
I didn't see this coming. Like the friend in him.
कर भी कह सकते हैं.
देख लेंगे.
So, does she fall more into the traditional role?
अरे देख देख चिराग होगा.
हम जा रहे हैं खोलने.
हाँ आप ही खोलिए. हम जा रहे हैं ऊपर रमा को बुलाने.
Why is his neck in a...
I don't know.
नहीं आंटी.
हमें तो पहले ही पता था.
His plan is backfiring. Like he's like, he thought the parents would hate him because of what they said about the book.
अरे तुम तो बैठो, तुम्हें खाना खाए बिना नहीं जाने देंगे. बहुत अच्छा लगे बेटा तुम हमें.
Auntie is like really into the bad boy, like a lot. She's like kind of like
The two of them are.
भेज दो अपेंडिक्स को वापस. आप ही को कोर्स कंप्लीट करना था एंटीबायोटिक्स का. हो गया ओवरडोज. अति कर दी यार.
no, it's an overdose.
ज्यादा शक्तिमान बन रहे थे.
He was feeling his oats.
कर जाओ.
Maybe if he just ghosted him,
Yeah.
then she'd be like, "Oh, what a dick." He just comes and leaves without saying
Yeah,
anything.
but again, I don't...
चाचा.
हाँ बेटा.
So, he's the exact opposite of her.
Yeah.
And they're playing that
Bitti.
role for a guy.
Oh, that's interesting.
नहीं गलत मत समझेगा. इतने भी बुरे नहीं हैं आप.
If they would have just stuck to the first meeting, it would have been enough.
होता है.
हाँ?
दिल जो बिल्कुल ही कड़वा नहीं होता.
And he's going to break down and become even more what she wants.
विद्रोही जी आप ठीक हैं?
Like a sensitive soul.
अभी तो बातें होंगी, मुलाकातें होंगी, है कि नहीं?
हमसे तो बहुत बातें
What are they
मुलाकातें करनी
eating?
तुमने.
Peanuts, I think.
जितना तुमने किया हमारे लिए कोई करता है क्या आजकल?
He put himself in the friend zone. That's
Yeah.
what he did. Creating this whole fantasy of this
Yep.
guy and the writer.
अरे कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. कृष्ण जी तो पैदा ही जेल में हुए थे ना.
Oh, yeah.
नहीं चाहिए.
Dude, they're just digging it deeper and deeper, man.
हम वापस जा रहे हैं. लेकिन
He's like excited for us.
तो आने को.
Let it slip.
ये भावुक होने का समय नहीं है विद्रोही जी.
Yeah.
से टिकट कंफर्म कराइए.
Don't do. Oh.
Yeah,
Because he can't, his inner turmoil,
turmoil.
because he's like a good guy at heart.
Right.
He can't see her sad.
And he's also thinking, this is my chance to marry.
आपका दिल
Yeah,
दुखाने तो नहीं जा
maybe.
पाएंगे.
लेकिन जल्द ही.
He's taking it into his own hands now.
भैया मारी दो इसको. भैया हमें नमाज लगती है.
Oh. And if Bitti finds him trying to seduce Rama.
That's such a... Yeah. Falsity. Oh, so what wedding are they at? What?
No, it's the Jubilee
Oh,
because
that's
it's
right. That.
the 50 years. Yeah, he's supposed to be focusing on her friend. Like, go dance with her. That looks like a fun party.
Yeah.
I'd go.
Again, it's...
You'd get some really good sweets out of it.
Yeah.
Her eye gestures, like through this whole sequence, says so much whenever he kind of tries to jump in. You see? The faces she's making is really... It's great acting.
Yeah. So most all the women are in saris, but not all the guys are in anything that I would say is traditional. That's
Well, that happens a lot, you know? Like at all these parties where it's like tights and more.
So, but it's
ties.
again, it's a double standard. Yeah?
I don't, that's not necessarily like a gender thing. I'd say that's more of a cultural thing of like the Western influences of ties and jackets and stuff.
हम बिट्टी को मना लेंगे बस
कहिए
तुम विद्रोही जी से बात कर लो
Yep. You did not expect that. Especially because the thing that started this whole farce in the first place,
बिट्टी के लिए
because of what the mother was saying about the book.
विद्रोही जी का तो तलाक हो चुका है
Oh no. But that's gonna screw up his chances with the other girl.
हाँ वो तो हमने भी देखा है कई बार देखा है बार देखा है
What kind of game are they playing now? Like, I don't...
It's kinda
They're
mean.
twisting him this way and that
Yeah.
way and using everybody.
और अच्छा सा लिख भी लेना प्रपोज करने के लिए अल्ताफ राजा की सीडी सुन लियो आइडिया मिल जाएंगे ढेर सारे ओके
Don't write it down. I see a problem coming with that.
एक बात कहें भैया आप बहुत ही नीच हो
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he didn't even care. Like, he agrees. Like, he's like, yeah. Dude, oh. Man, he had everything in the beginning. Everything.
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me?
Awkward.
और हम आपको बहुत पसंद भी करते हैं
Thank you.
पर एक तलाकशुदा आदमी के साथ शादी नहीं कर सकते
Yeah, what a punk.
हमने तो आज तक मतलब अब कुछ बोलना बे
अरे वो क्या बोलेंगे उन्होंने ही तो हमें
So
बताया
you have some paperwork or something?
रहा सुसाइड पॉइंट जहां हर साल 72 आशिक जल समाधि लेते हैं
Oh, jeez.
Gee.
जो इतना रायता फैलाया ना आपने जैसे वहां पे ही समेट हो गया अब और तुम बूंदी बटोर लेना बे
ए औकात में रहो समझे
औकात में तुम रहो बे समझे नहीं तो चक्कर
He's standing up for himself finally. Jeez.
उस समय जो हमें सही लगा सटीक लगा कर दिया बस
हमारा जो दिल टूट गया वो
He's not even sorry about
Yeah.
it, which is the worst part about it.
तैयारी शुरू कर लियो
Dude,
Yeah,
he is... Oh, I was really wanted to root for him from the beginning, but he's...
कैसी है रमा
At this point, I don't see how she can even acknowledge him
एक किताब
to
खरीद के खुद को गालिब समझने
if
लगा
everything came clean.
अच्छा हुआ रमा ने मना कर दिया
Right.
ना घर का रहा ना घाट का
And if he goes and tells her the entire truth, it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
अरे यार बहुत लोग हमको भी गलत समझते हैं तो हम गलत हो गए क्या
He's getting so frustrated.
हाँ तो हमारे लिए विद्रोही जी भी गलत नहीं है
Yep, he just realized he's like,
ठीक है
you can't control her. You can't understand her.
तुम आज ऑफिस नहीं गई
हाँ वो विद्रोही जी के लिए छुट्टी ली है चलिए
ये गई तुम्हारी रानी
अरे वाह
Oh, cut him board.
हमें आती ना पहनानी
हैं
अबे हमें क्या पता था साला साड़ी पहनाने वाला टोपी पहना देगा
Ah!
हम निकालते हैं खुद को तुम्हारी नौकरी से और जितना पैसा बचा है ना हमारा उसकी इमरती खा लेना
Oh, crack, man. I mean, that was a way to quit.
का मतलब नहीं पता उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है
चीयर्स करिए इसी बात पे आपको
Dang.
फिल्म अच्छा लगता है हमें ना इंग्लिश फिल्म
This guy is smooth, man.
तुमको नहीं टोके हैं और आज भी नहीं टोकेंगे पर जो करना सोच समझ के कर
And don't let your mom drive this.
तो पापा आप रोएंगे तो हम नहीं जाएंगे
अरे इनकी बात पे ध्यान मत दे इन्हें तो कोई चकोटी भी काटे तो रोने लगते हैं क्या हुआ हैं
He's so sensitive.
चाय बनाते हैं चीनी डाल के हटियो बेटा
Man, if everyone could be as lucky to have a father like that, right? Like, he is such a good guy.
के साथ है कि नहीं
She's got to be completely blind to not see that this guy is getting upset because she's falling in love. Like,
तुम भी तो जानते हो ना हमें इतने टाइम से
Why
तुम्हें तो नहीं
haven't
हुआ
you?
हमसे प्यार
Yeah, see.
because you're never upfront about it.
हम बहुत साल के भरे बैठे हमारा छूट गया ना इज्जत रहेगी ना हीरो गिरी
साले विद्रोही
You guys created a monster.
तुम तो भाभी भाभी कह के बुलाते थे उसे काहे पलटी मार लिए
Because you were a complete asshole. He's the worst.
देखो
It's like the nuclear option, right?
Yeah.
Because everything gets blown up.
Yeah. Yeah, he will break everyone's heart. He.
अच्छा रात को सही दिखेगी तो बेटे पास पास लगा पैसे खर्च हुए
Wow. They're doing work quick.
Yeah.
I don't think he can
कैसे
do
लग
it.
Yeah.
And that might be exactly what happened to the last girl too.
That he couldn't tell her that he loved her, and he waited too late, and yeah.
Yep. I don't think she was stolen away. I think that he just waited too long.
मुझे भी बहुत अच्छी लग रही है चलो ये काम तो अच्छा हो गया ला बेटा दे डब्बे में वापस रख
It won't come off.
It's stuck.
क्या हुआ
फंस गई है आंटी
अरे ऐसे कैसे फंस गई
Get some ghee.
अरे अरे कैसे फंस गई
मैं हाथ पकड़ती हूँ आप अंगूठी खींचो जरा खींचो
अरे नहीं निकल रही ना निकालिए जल्दी अरे घी लेके आओ कोई अरे
Yeah, the ghee. Tell her right now, like if you ever want to have a chance, it's right now.
Yeah. And you got to come clean with everything.
Before it comes out, like, oh no.
Yeah.
See, it's like, it slips away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
a good metaphor.
Exactly.
He gives these weird vibes. Whenever I see a character like this, he presents this swagger, right? Like
Yeah.
he's got the personality, he's got the kind of like chill attitude, that kind of thing that nothing really gets to him. But at the same time, when it comes to like wooing a girl, like
And his own very personal needs,
see
he
right
lacks,
there,
yeah,
like when she kissed
he
him.
lacks the emotional intelligence to move forward and to do it in a way that's authentic. It also might be a little bit of a martyr thing or a victim thing.
Yep. Just another picture he's gonna have to remove from his wallet.
हिम्मत ही नहीं उसे बताने की विद्रोही के साथ बहुत ही खुश है यार वो
Yeah, but it's fake.
कैसे
That's not really him.
दूसरे की खुशी में भी खुश होना सिखा ही दिया
Martyr.
I
It's
told you,
it, right there.
Right there.
कोई विकल्प नहीं है हमारे पास
मिश्रा सदन में
Martyr. Yep.
बहुत बहुत बधाई जी बहुत बहुत मुबारक बहुत
Sheesh, that whole thing with because I got that Beetlejuice stuff in my
Beetlejuice? Beetle. The pond.
the pond.
भैया आप पढ़ते हो चलो ऊपर चलते भैया पढ़ते हो भैया पढ़ते हो
भरो देसी घी पता चलना चाहिए ओ बाटी
Do you think? I don't know if he could. I mean, because they turned him into like a goon type, but at heart, he really isn't. Because if everything came clean, then Rama would also know that he's not a divorcee, right?
आपको पढ़ के सुनाएंगे है ना आ जाओ चिराग
मैं वहाँ जाके बैठ रही हूँ यहाँ से तो कुछ सुनाई नहीं देगा
चिट्ठी लिखा है
Why would curdled milk make his throat sore? Maybe because he was vomiting all night?
Maybe, or you know, again, he got a
ploy.
cold, and or it could be a ploy.
तुम्हारी कसम हमें तुम्हारी हर एक बात बहुत ही अच्छी लगती है
Oh. बिजली चली.
Yeah, keep going.
आसान नहीं है तुमसे प्यार करना मगर तुमसे प्यार ना करना उससे भी ज्यादा मुश्किल
She knows now that it's him.
Because he's not reading from the paper. Yeah.
Where can this go? Where can this go?
I have no idea. You could cut that tension with a knife.
और कब तक छुपाओगे चिराग?
I had a feeling that she knew the whole time.
हमने संभालने के लिए हाथ पकड़ा तो सब उगल दिए.
बरेली की बर्फी के राइटर चिराग है.
Oh, since then?
सब जानती थी तो पहले ही हमें बता देती ना.
लेकिन हम ये नहीं जानते थे ना.
Because you never said it. Yeah. Dude.
इसीलिए सब ड्रामा करना पड़ा.
Yeah, I kind of wondered how they were doing that whole. It seemed like.
Oh, dude, the smile, the smirk.
बिट्टी ले बेटा.
No wonder they got him to try the ring on. It was
see if
to
it
see it if it fit. His voice is fine.
Yeah.
बहुत तंग किया हमने.
कोई नहीं भैया.
Does that mean that her friend could actually marry him?
Mm-hmm.
पापा
कल ही तो नाप लिए थे तुम्हारा बेटा.
बचाया तुमने हमें.
Very sneaky.
Now, that was the engagement. Didn't they have an actual ceremony later?
अपने स्टाइल से समझाते हैं. ये और बात है कि अम्मा के रहते कॉर्नर सीट कम ही मिलती. क्या यार बन गए. और रह गए पापा. दिन भर मम्मी की सुनते हैं, रात में पंखे को सुनाते. तो झुमका ढूंढने में टाइम वेस्ट न करके बर्फी खाइएगा. बर्फी.
Barfi.
That was a fun story. That was very interesting. So, how many pani puri out of 10? Or how many barfi?
There you go. I was just thinking, thinking that we think alike. I'm going to give it an 8. Going to give it an 8. It's a good, strong 8. I like the story. I think the character development was very interesting. Not only of her, but him, and then also the other people that are in the family and the dynamic that was going around. You understood a lot about her mom and her dad in particular. I love his character. Talking to the fan, I think. While mom is out cold, dead, snoring to the world. I think there were some pretty deep themes as well as some pretty scenty kind of things, which I think if you could tear those all apart, you'd find that there's a whole other story going on there. So I liked it. It was very good, very good. I think bottom line for me, it's in love, you really need to put it out there. And there's a little bit of, you know, you sometimes want to be a little reserved and so forth, but I think people need to just be much more honest with people, because even if they don't reciprocate it back, at least you've put yourself out there and they know how you felt. And that cuts the game, so to speak, of if they're not going to reciprocate it back, then you know, okay, this wasn't the right one for me, and you move on. Again, I think you brought up the point. Did he constantly keep not telling them, you know, how much he loved them? By the time he did, it was already too late. Life is a lot of timing. If you wait too long, things expire. Food, all sorts of stuff expires, and life moves on. I think it's kind of important to put it out there so that people know. Don't play. You know, I see so many people play games and try and manipulate, and that.
Well, they both kind of did.
Yeah, well,
because the whole second half of the movie was her game.
Yes, she, I think, had a good feeling that he already loved her. Okay, and she knew she was already in love with him. So, at least she looked at, I mean, she could have looked at it this way the whole entire time of ultimately I'm either going to get him or I'm gonna truly know that you know, he wasn't the match that I think he was. It was interesting how he became a bit of a bully. I mean, when sometimes you want something so bad, you morph into the person you never think you will be.
I'm going to give it a 9 because I really liked it. I liked how they played with our emotions through the entire thing, again, making him a bully. And the way Brody reacted towards him from the very first time, like from the very beginning when they grabbed him to take the picture for the book, you could tell that there was a history there of bullying, like school bullying or something like that. And with his background, I kind of read into that he doesn't have much friends, because when he picked up and left, he went by himself. Like he was like, I don't know anyone. And through the entire story, there was no best friend like Muna had like in him, right? And so for him to go and get him, I think he started feeling that, because there was a development for him too, because he started feeling a little more comfortable when he's like, oh, I have these friends, you know, like they're starting to be like friends. But then he starts getting into
the character.
The character, but then the bullying starts happening again, and I don't know. It was rough to see. I don't know, he has redeeming features. I think that people do this a lot in real life, because people could see this and we're watching a movie. So it's easy for us to sit here and say, tell her, what are you doing? Why aren't you telling her? But I think in real life, this happens a lot. This happens so much when you have a situation and your mind is telling you, you should say something, but then in the back of your mind, just that fear of rejection. Even if you're 100% sure you're reading the situation right, I think in the back of your mind, you always still have that fear of rejection that you're just like, I'm not going to say it. But if someone was watching a movie of your life, everyone's going to be like slapping you upside the head and kicking your ass or something and saying like, what is wrong with you? And then you start going through all these different things to try to make it, like force something that could happen naturally, right? Because he was
solidify it beyond any shadow of a doubt and any possibility of rejection.
I mean, he played all these games because he was, I mean, this all started again with him hearing, he went to go tell her the truth, but then he heard the mom talking about this author. It's like, okay, kisse shaadi karegi? Maa se ya usse? You know, who's he? Is he going to marry the mom? No, he's not marrying the mom. But yes, it does matter what the family thinks, of course. But she's already in love with the person that you are. Even the mom loved him and all of his things. So like all of a sudden, if she finds out that he's the author, she's going to be like, oh, wait a second. Like actually this guy isn't horrible because I know him in person. I'm not just reading him in a book. Because if you read about somebody, you could take it out of context. But if you meet somebody in person, then you start to learn who they actually are and what their sentiments actually are. So
and that very true thing is that they kept talking about people who got her and understood her, because again, that was so key to her, and she didn't like others that were fake and vibrato and all that other sort of stuff. And so I think that was key, that she was willing to be truly authentic and put it out there and look for what she wanted, and she was willing to commit to it, where he was a lot more fake, and the book was his fakeness entirely. Well, no, was his reality. It was him putting himself out there, but he couldn't do it directly as himself. So hence, he had his friend become the persona. And so,
But I also like how he said when he started this whole charade, when his buddy was like, oh, so you're gonna go meet her and tell her about this. He's like, oh no, what are you talking about? And he's like, why wouldn't you just come clean? He's like, because I want to know if she actually does love me. Like, is she telling the truth, right? Then when she found out, she's doing the same thing. She's like, oh, let me play these games to find out if he, which is actually legit, because I was even thinking the same thing, is if she finds out that the book is written about another girl, then he's trying to project that girl's, like his feelings towards another woman onto her. And so I could see how she being the other woman would be like, is he trying to make me into this other woman? So she wanted to see if it's like, is he projecting these feelings on me from another woman or not? So I understand that. So anyway, I give it a 9 because I really love how intricate all of the relationships were and all the characters. Complicated characters. I love complicated characters where they're not just straightforward like, oh, this is who they are, but they're complex. Like, why'd you do this? Why did you go down this route? Because in reality, so many people do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So
like I
many-
said, we often, by our emotions, morph into people that we can't even. If we were looking at ourselves from the outside, we're like, "Who is that? That is not me." It can be rough. Life is, in a way, a game. The game of life.
Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you thought about it. How many barfi out of 10 would you rate it? If you guys haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the bell icon, share the video, or like button par tappar maro.